Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Timisha, also known as Mrs. COTA, bringing you another video. So, you are curious about travel therapy and you want to know, should you travel as a new grad? Well, if this is a burning question on your mind, then I suggest you stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So, you want to know what you should expect as a new grad travel therapist. So, I have the answer for you because when I graduated from the OTA program, I actually traveled. That was my first job, was a travel therapist. I traveled from Massachusetts to New Jersey. So I have some really good insight. And if I'm looking down, it's because I wrote down the information because I want to make sure I have everything for you that you may possibly want to know. So the first thing is there's two different kinds of travel, right? You have local or you have, well, I should say three actually, now I think about it. You have local, national, or international travel. I personally have only did local and national. If you are thinking about doing international travel, then you're going to need to get your passport together. There's some people that may have traveled out of the United States all the way to Hawaii and all these other places. That's a whole different ball game and comes with a whole different set of rules. But in this video, I'm really going to just focus on local and national travel within the United States. Okay, so if you are looking to do local travel, that's fine. Usually it's within 30 miles of your home address and now be considered local, which won't provide you with all of the benefits, and I'll go through the benefits in this video. But if you're looking to do more of a national travel, that's generally about over 50 miles from your local residence. So for me, I had went like 200 plus miles, so it was easy for me to qualify as more of a national travel. Some travel agencies may have a slight difference with the mileage from where your housing is, but usually I believe the local is within like that 30-mile range, whereas more considered national or long distance travel is usually over 50 miles minimum, I believe. All right. So the next thing is when you decide to sign up to be a traveling COTA, your license is reimbursed. So for example, if you're going from state to state to state, is where you can actually get license reimbursement. Now we have the new compact coming out, so that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to be. You probably won't get license reimbursements once you can jump states with one license, but that's a whole nother video in itself. But just know for now that if you are someone that lives in Ohio and you want to go to California, there's a license reimbursement that you get back. So that is really good. And they also help you with the process of getting a license in the state that you're looking to travel to. Usually travel assignments are 13 weeks. Okay, so when they're 13 weeks, you go in, you do your time. If you decide that you really like the building and the building really likes you, most likely they'll offer you an extension and you can do an additional 13 weeks. If you decide that, you know what, I'm over this building, I'm ready to move on, then that's it. Once your 13 weeks is up, then you're good to go. Generally, it is full-time. Okay, I have yet to see any positions that's considered part-time when you're doing travel therapy. So just keep that in mind that it is usually full-time. Now, it's great if you're with a partner and your partner works remotely, then you guys can go ahead and you can travel together, and after work you can check out the town. That's what I at least that's what I did, right? You also get a nice referral bonus. So if you are working for a company and let's say you have a friend that you went to school with and they were like, oh, I want to get involved with that. Definitely refer them because a lot of the companies will give you about $500 to $1,000 as a bonus, and that's, that helps. The next thing is if you are going state to state, you get a tax-free stipend for housing. Usually housing is pre-arranged housing and is furnished. I know when I was doing my travel therapy, I initially was in a, what are those called? I can't even remember the name of them. It's gonna come to me after I finish this video. That's what's gonna happen. But pretty much I was in one of those hotels. Oh, extended stay. See? It came to me. Extended stay hotels, right? So I was in an extended stay hotel for probably about 2 weeks as we continued apartment hunting for myself. So you can either find yourself an apartment and you can pay for the apartment and they'll reimburse you, or they'll find you the apartment. Usually it's always furnished. That's what they look for. And they'll set up a payment to pay your rent for you. And you also get a little bit back from that as well, which is nice. You can get some incentives back. They pay for your rent and then you also get your paycheck, which is an awesome thing. Your medical benefits, dental, all of that good stuff starts on day one. So you don't have to wait weeks into your travel assignment. Usually if you find a good company, they're going to be starting your medical, dental, whatever you sign up with, your insurance, all of that stuff is going to start on day one. All right. Usually when you're going for these companies, they're going to ask you to complete a qualification checklist. This helps them to market you better when it comes to your skill level and when they want to present you to a client. Again, if you're a new grad, don't stress it because they still accept new grads. It's not a big deal. But the more and more you progress, you want to keep track of things that you are doing when you're out there working. For me, I got PAMS. So I was doing modalities. That was something I was able to put down. I was able to do some particular tests and assessments and different stuff like that. So that's stuff I would put down on my resume, which made it more marketable, which allowed me to negotiate my salary better. The pay. Everybody wants to know, how much do you make? So as a OTA, now if you're OTR, you're gonna make more. That's just flat out. If you are OTA, you are looking anywhere in the range of $1,100 to $1,500 a week. Okay, so again, that's $1,100 to $1,500 a week as your salary, and that is based on 40-hour work week. I already mentioned travel reimbursement. Actually, I don't think I mentioned the travel reimbursement. So you get a travel reimbursement for your gas. Again, it's a nice incentive, but that's something that you do get is travel reimbursement. I mentioned about the 13 weeks, but this is very important. As a new grad, right, you want to keep in mind that you are going into a facility because they need help. So don't expect to have this great orientation, this great supervisor that's just going to kind of take you along and supervise you so well and advise you on what you need to do. And it's just, going to be this great learning experience from day one. That is not necessarily true. If you do have that, kudos to you. That is great. You are a lucky person. But when you go into these facilities, usually it's chaotic. Usually they need a lot of help. So when you're going in, you got to get ready to rock and roll. This is why it's crucial that you understand who you are as a person, that you can manage stress, that you can manage fast-paced environments, that you're adaptable, and you are a self-learner. I know for me, I was. So I was okay doing it, but doesn't mean that it was easy. So that's why a lot of professors would not advise new grads jumping right into travel therapy. But if you are all those things that I mentioned and more, then I don't see why you can't handle it. All right. So I hope that this was helpful. If you are considering doing travel therapy, go ahead and leave me a comment below. I would love to hear what state you're thinking about going. Um, and if you are preparing to take your NBCOT exam, be sure to go ahead and check out the link and check out Study with a COTA course. I'm so happy about this course, guys, because this is like I just took everything that I worked with throughout my tutoring and students and like my private Facebook group, and I put it into a course for you so you can have access. So there's no more wait period, there's no deadline, cutoff dates, none of that. So if you're interested and you're like, Timisha, I need help to pass this MBCOT exam so I can start being a travel therapist, then definitely go ahead and check out the link below, okay? So without further ado, that's about it, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you again soon. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.